up, everybody? I'm Sal Klein. This is Reggie Steele. And welcome to Spitballin. Spitballin.
What's up, everybody? I'm Marcella Arguello. This is Reggie Steele.
And welcome to Spitballin.
Bow, bow, bow. All right.
Y'all. All right. Oh, that's funny. We both said it at the same time. How you
I
doing,
was,
buddy?
I was in Sacramento, Reg, did some shows out there.
Yeah, you did.
It's cool. Got to hang out with our old crew coming up, Chris Tinkle and Kevin Shea. I was telling
I
Kevin
saw the
Shea,
pictures.
he's like, he's like, fish that you cook for dinner. It's only good for one day. And after that, it kind of, I told him he's got a one
Wait,
day, he
what?
like expires after a while.
What? Dude, you
Get
cannot say this to me.
to get
Kevin
something.
Shea is my friend. There's no way that I can allow you to say that and get away with just saying that. Like, I have to defend him.
Why?
Kevin's my dude, man.
Now, see,
Because
this is the
Kevin's my
thing,
guy.
because he doesn't
Just
show.
like just like you're my guy. If he says something
No,
crazy about you, I have to defend
no,
you.
well,
So,
let me tell
Kevin,
you.
I cannot agree.
You think that
But go
because he's
ahead.
not dicky to you. He's dicky to everybody but you because, you're big, you're funny, you're strong. I don't know what the fuck.
Wait, what does my size have to do with it? So he's nice to me because he's afraid of me? Is that what
Because,
you're saying?
well, he's an alpha guy. So if you look at some of his good friends, they're quieter, they're chill, you know what I mean? But when you come up with someone like me, who's also like that, there's a friction. Now with you, he backs down because you're Reggie Steele.
Because
That's
I'm
my
an alpha. He's an alpha. The alpha's vibe. You're an
Yeah, no,
alpha,
but that's the
right?
problem. You put a couple alphas in the dog park, they nipping. They nipping, dog. And
Yeah, I mean, but you guys have a history. You guys have a history
no, I
of
mean,
kind of.
real something I know forever, but and it's funny too. He even like his girl was showing me something. Don't show him, Dad. Don't show that. He's all sensitive. I'm like, don't show his sensitive side. Don't show that he's got feeling. And it's like, why you always gonna still put this hard ass attitude on? But he can't put it on you because you're not your giant, But I think he
Well,
sometimes forgets,
no,
how
Kevin. Shout out to Kevin Shea, my dude. No, Kevin has an edge. Kevin always has an edge. But the thing is that I push past that, right? Like because I'm emotional and because I'm sensitive and all that kind of stuff, then he's opened up to me in that way because that's who I am authentically. Like we can
yeah.
if you can't meet me there, you know what I mean? Like if you can't meet, then it's gonna be hard to be friends with me because that's my default,
Yeah.
right? So he and I we have our moments where he's like shout out to my boy Marcus. My boy, I love Marcus, man. Marcus is my dude. Marcus is like closed off. Like Marcus, he's a great guy. You know Marcus. He's a great guy. He's the salt of the earth. I love this dude. But Marcus is like, he's not the emotional, expressing a lot of feelings type of dude.
Right.
But because
Right.
I am, I sometimes bring it out of him.
Yeah, it's
It's
like
like
your
here's
therapist. I get it.
yeah, well, here's the thing. This is an example of what it's like. It's like me saying, "Yo, man, I love you," and he'd be like, "I love you too."
Yeah, yeah. See, I wouldn't even say that. Right on.
Right?
No,
So,
no, I could
but
say,
Mark is better than that though.
dude,
I'm
my
just giving him a
snake
hard
looks
time.
sick as fuck. Look at my snake hat, dog. It looks good with that light blue background I took coming down to 5.
Mm,
Um, I was
nice.
watching one of
Okay,
these.
so you're in Sacramento. You're in Sacramento. You see Tinkle. You see Shay.
Yeah, that was
They
it.
were on the show.
I just wanted
They
to
did
talk
guest
about
sets.
the expiration date. Well, the first two were great. I was headlining, and that's what matters. There's 3 people on the show. The other one I did, it was only like 4 or 5, so it was like nice and short. But then a couple of those late shows we did Friday and Saturday were like late. They were running late. People were drunk on the Friday. And then the Saturday, everybody and the
Mhm.
grandma did a guest set. And I'm like, the hell, dude? I'm going last. I was so, and even Shay's like, I have to do it before you because then I have to give out my tickets to my show. And I'm like, you could go before Tinkle like normal. No, he wouldn't go before Tinkle. It was just like all this stupid shit. And I'm like,
Oh, that's
whatever,
funny. And
man.
you had to navigate that. There wasn't somebody else to navigate all that stuff for you. Like
What you mean
there's no
navigate?
manager.
Man,
Like
I mean, well,
you
no,
guys were
they come to me. Well,
you guys.
I don't know. And then
I'm saying you
Jake,
guys.
he tells his girl to get a guest set, and I'm like, the fuck? And
Oh
he's
wait. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to figure
yeah,
out.
man,
Like there was no set list of who's
there
going
was, and then there
and
was a
what
lot of
time
pins.
is.
It was written on extra. Wild Wild West out there on Saturday nights.
I guess so. I guess so.
All
Holy
right, so I
cow.
was watching one of
Um,
your favorite shows, Knight Rider, and do you know who this is? I've never seen this before, and I saw this episode. I had to do some deep dive. Garth Knight.
oh, was he like the villain knight?
Yeah, so it's
I mean,
basically, for those who are just listening, it's David Hasselhoff with a soul patch and a mean looking mustache. Obviously fakes. So bad looking.
yeah, yeah. You gotta
So,
love that hair though.
so what I didn't know, and I guess because I saw that, so I remember I watched the very first episode of Knight Rider, the pilot, and if you ever watch it, um,
Okay.
he he's not. It's a different guy who is, and he's an undercover cop, and he got double crossed by someone, and he got shot up, but he didn't die, and they had to give him plastic surgery and stuff, and create a whole different person so he would be safe or something. So they
Okay.
created David Hasselhoff. Now, the guy who created him had a son who was in jail. He's a bad guy, and that's who he based Michael Knight's face off of. His son Garth Knight.
Okay. All right.
So, and
There's a
there's
lot
only two
going.
episodes with Garth Knight. Garth Knight has a semi called shit. Garth Knight and Gargantuan or something, or Goliath.
Gargantuan.
Goliath.
Goliath. Okay.
So there's Garth and Goliath. Now Goliath is a semi. Now I don't think he talks like Kit, but they stole like Kit's protection stuff, the liquid thing or whatever, and they put it on Goliath. So he was like invincible as well. So there's two episodes in season 2 where Garth first comes out, and then I saw the sequel where Garth and Goliath go to die.
Oh boy. So yeah, you got to kill those guys off. They can't exist in the world with.
You can't keep using them, I guess.
You can't use them. Yeah, they have to die,
But
right?
yeah, I
Like
never
that's
realized
just
he's
like
almost like a RoboCop.
oh, okay.
Right? I mean, he was a cop. He
Yeah.
got paid. They had to build him up. Blah 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 blah. And yeah. Oh, cool.
Okay.
Oh,
So
like, all
so
right.
you're
Oh,
watching Knight Rider. You're watching Knight Rider.
well,
Like
it's
that's the
on
thing
at
now.
night. It's on at night. Night right. So this usually at night because I got this the Roku I'd be watching, and what I really love is Drunk History. Love that show.
Oh, didn't Greg Edwards? No. He didn't. Greg did
No,
something else.
no Greg on there.
Okay.
A lot of comics though. A lot of big actors. I just saw Weird Al was playing Hitler. It was really funny.
Oh, wow. Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah. They're talking about
That's funny.
Joe Louis when he fought the German Max Schmeling or something. And in
Okay.
1936, everybody thought Joe Louis didn't even practice. He didn't care. He didn't take it serious and he lost.
He didn't train for it. Okay.
Right. And Morgan Murphy was telling this story. And then so then he fought and he practiced for it and trained and all that. And in 1938, they fought again. And then Hitler even thought he was going to lose the first time, so they didn't really air it. The second time, he was letting everybody in Germany know, like, we're going to beat this black bastard. No, I don't know. It's like we're going to beat him. The white is superior. And so they put it on all the airwaves and shit. And he was getting his ass kicked by Joe Louis. And so then Hitler ended up pulling the feed so his people couldn't hear it anymore.
Oh wow.
Isn't that
Wow.
crazy?
Didn't he do something like that with the 44 Olympics where he got up and left
No, well,
and
I
Jesse
don't know the
Owens?
details, but there's the 36 Olympics is because
The
after
36. Yeah.
Joe Louis lost, so then Hitler thought the whites were definitely going to kick ass in the Olympics. And then my man from Ohio, Jesse Owens, showed up and won 4 gold medals in his face. Now there was a urban, I don't know if it's true or not. Some say it wasn't, that Hitler wasn't even there when Jesse Owens won, but they do in the movie Race that they were going to meet him and Hitler refused to meet him. There's been stories that Hitler refused to shake his hand. But that was the very first ever televised sporting event. And the woman who shot it, she shot all this stuff with Jesse Owens afterwards. And like, even they say Gables and Hitler's whole right, they were like upset that she's making this film and Jesse Owens is looking good in it. So this is happening. You can't deny what is happening. I'm recording it.
Right,
You
right.
know what I
It's the
mean?
history. It's history. Yeah.
This is history. And the story is even crazier. Jesse Owens, when he did the long jump, he like kind of messed up or something and he stepped over and he got a foul, right? And the German who was there, who everyone thought was going to beat him in the high jump, he let him know like where the mark was. He's like, here. Then after Jesse Owens beat him, he let him do one more third jump for the heck of it, set the world record. They put their arms around each other. He runs around the fucking around
Oh
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Jesse
Yeah, I remember that.
Owens. And then you
Yeah,
know what happened?
yeah.
Hitler sent him to the front lines and he ended up getting killed in the war. Uh
Yes, I heard about
so
that.
yeah, it's just like kind
Yeah.
of shit like that. So it was but anyway, yeah,
Yeah, that's kind
yeah,
of
I'm a big fan. But yeah,
that's
I highly recommend the movie Race. It's very good. Jason Sudeikis is his coach, and you would like it too, I think, if a sports guy. But one of my favorite shots is they show it just like from his view going into the stadium. There's the Third Reich up in the fucking thing. There's all the people. They put their foot, they had to dig, they have little shovels. They dig out of the dirt so they could put their heel in and set up for the race. Like they didn't have like all that they have now. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. They had the little stump that they push off of.
Another little
Um,
trivia: Jesse Owens, first sports athlete sponsored by a shoe, Adidas. He wore a pair of Adidas
oh, nice.
in the.
I have on some Adidas socks right now. Shout out to Adidas for coming through. Time out 1 second. I just
Oh,
want to. I'm a little hot on this side, so I'm gonna see if I can close this window to take off some of this
Marcella
glare.
just joined the room, so get it handled.
Okay, hold on.
So Reggie finally does his job. He gets us some guests. I mean, he's the one everybody loves and they can open up to and talk to him, and be sensitive, Shays. So he was better at booking the guests, and that's cool. So Reggie hooked us up, got another guest. Now he's getting up and down. I mean, I don't know how this guy changes the lighting every goddamn time we do this podcast. Just sit in the same spot like I do and then set it up. All right. I mean, it doesn't change. Look like he's all freaking out. What is this guy doing? A third time? You're getting up a third time. You're making her wait because you got to get up a third time. Oh my God, dude. It's like, I mean, maybe I can't understand because of my beautiful olive skin that all light looks good upon me. But he's a little self-conscious about it. That's all right. Well, he's coming back, so we'll be all cool now.
So I will watch this whole episode. I'm gonna hear everything you just
Put
said,
that shit in
and
there.
that helped a lot.
You got 3 times, dude. You made her wait so you could get up 3 times.
Well, because look, at least I got the glare. It's not as hot. It's just now here,
All right,
and I got a
introduce
window
her.
right
Here she
here.
comes.
You already introduced her?
No, you introduce her.
Oh, okay. All right. I'd like to welcome to the show a comedian that Sal and I have known for a very, very long time. She's a very funny lady. She has very strong opinions that she's willing to stand by, and she has a comedy special that you can stream on HBO right now. Please welcome to the show the indelible, the unique, the one and only Marcella Arguello.
Yes, there she is, baby.
Do I need
How
headphones?
Like,
you doing, Marcella? Good to
turn
see
me
you.
up.
How are you guys doing?
I like your hair.
Good.
What's that about?
Thanks. It's growing.
Yeah,
Color.
and then the red. I don't remember seeing the red.
Pink. It's pink.
Oh, my bad.
That's pink.
Yeah,
I like it. It's big.
thanks.
Yo,
Oh,
I see a Greg Edwards.
I love the Greg
I see
Edwards.
I see a Greg Edwards original in the
Yeah.
back. Lauryn Hill
Right.
with the red lining.
Yep.
Nice.
You got Hendrix and you got Biggie, right?
Yeah,
Oh, really?
I got Biggie.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Oh,
I should have
nice.
put it right back here so you can see it.
Yeah, I love my Greg Edwards art.
Yo, me too. I'm getting a couple more pieces too.
Oh, nice.
I've already talked to him. Yeah, they're coming in the mail. So I'm I'm on a framing. Yeah, I'm just framing all kind of stuff.
That
I'm
dude,
getting everything I
when he's going a
can.
midlife crisis, he's framing his way through it.
I am. I even went and got another earring. I was like, oh snap! I got my other ear
Oh,
pierced. I'm rocking the gold chain. I'm like,
Yeah,
I got the mustache and the Fu Manchu with the goatee. I'm doing the whole
yeah.
thing over here.
He's
I love
asks me like, does this color frame would look good or would this one? And I'm like, what happened to this guy?
I love it. You know I love it.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm like, I'm at that point. Like honestly, see, you got a ways to go. You're born in '85, so
I was born in
I am.
84. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Look at
oh,
Wikipedia,
they
Reggie.
got it wrong online though, because online they got you born in '85. That might be
Oh,
your
I know.
management.
Don't let him. Don't tell him. I don't want it fixed.
Okay, there you go.
He's
Um,
younger.
yeah, I mean, I turned 50 last year. I turned 51 this year. So I woke up and was like, yo, I'm gonna die. Like, I gotta do all this shit now. Like, get the earring, Reg, get the earring.
Hey, I
Reggie,
love
that's
that. I
So
love
like,
that you waited that long to realize you were gonna die. That's freedom. That's true freedom.
straight
yeah,
up,
Reggie
right? That's
felt
how I've been living.
invincible for 50 years.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Must be nice.
100%. 100%. So Marcella, how are you?
I'm good. I mean, trying to stay busy, trying to not lose my mind during everything, but I'm all right.
You're in
Okay,
Chicago
okay.
now, right?
I am in Chicago now, yeah.
How is Chicago?
Chicago's great. The comedy here is amazing. I strongly recommend to anyone that does comedy to do it in Chicago. And if you like watching comedy, watch it in Chicago.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Really? Is it good writing and performance? Like
It's
the
everything because you get like the hungry young new comedians that are like really they're always challenging themselves and pushing themselves. And then you also Chicago's a city that historically the locals know and understand the importance of supporting live entertainment, live performance. Maybe the
okay.
winter is beating down on them, made them appreciate being out in the summer and then going out in the spring and doing things at night. But it's really cool how many locals love live entertainment of all facets. And then also Chicago has so much tourism that you get like this perfect blend of tourists and locals who want to see comedy.
That is cool. You kind
Nice.
of forget
Nice.
because
Yeah, that is
Chicago
really
is like
cool.
because it's in the middle of the country. It is that spot. Like in
Yeah,
Cleveland, a lot of people, if you wanted to leave Cleveland, but you didn't want to go to New York or Cali, they went to Chicago.
you're right. And it's great too because you don't get the pretentiousness of either of the big cities,
Yeah,
which is nice. And you also, I mean, I will also say like you don't get like the best comedians, but you get the best up and comers. And sometimes
yeah,
that's
Mm,
some of the juiciest shit because they're the ones that have nothing to lose.
right.
Because
right.
touring headliners, they don't take as many risks as they once did when they were young. Not all of them. The best ones do, but the ones that are really just waiting on that touring money to come in, they
Right.
don't like to push the envelope. But the openers do, and the local shows do. And dude, I knew this was a few years ago. I knew that Chicago was the shit when the Laugh Factory in Chicago posted that their open mic on a Sunday at like, I want to say it was like 5 or 6 o'clock, was sold out, wrapped around like a line for the open mic, wrapped around
Wow.
the corner because people like fucking watching people work on their shit. They like watching that gritty shit. Like it's unreal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
Wow.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
that
got to
is
be honest.
cool.
I never performed in Chicago. Of all the places I've been, I've
Mistake.
never performed in
Mistake number
Chicago.
one.
I've done
I
one
know.
set
Damn.
there once. I was in town and Leah Ava hooked me up at some brewery I did, and it was cool. It reminded me a lot of Cleveland. It's like Cleveland's big brother, I feel.
Yeah. I actually feel like Chicago is like San Jose.
Oh, I could see that a little.
Yeah.
No,
Really?
probably not. Is there, let me ask you, the Latin community, is it big in Chicago?
Huge, huge.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Is it
Wow, I did not know
Mexican
that.
or Puerto Rican? Because I know in Cleveland was big Puerto Rican.
There's a lot of Mexicans, but there's a lot of Central Americans here, which is cool for
Ah.
me because there's a lot of pupuserias here, so that's nice. But yeah, there's a lot of Central American, Mexican American, Latino communities here.
I
There's kind
just
of everybody. You can, if you know how to hear and listen for accents, you can kind of hear anybody because you hear some Caribbean accents. I heard some Caribbean accents the other day, and I was like, "Ooh, I wonder where they're from."
You're
Oh,
Central
nice.
America? Is that where your family's
Yeah,
from?
my family's from Central America. Yeah.
Where at?
El
El
Salvador
Salvador.
and
Okay.
Nicaragua as well. Mhm.
Oh, okay. I saw a
Oh,
joke
okay.
you posted about someone from asked you if it was from, is that Kansas, Central America?
It actually happened to my brother. It happened to my brother. Someone said that to him.
That's
And I
so
was like, I'm
funny.
gonna write a joke about that. And he was like,
Wait, you mean to tell me he said he's from Central America and they thought he was from the actual middle of the
Kansas.
Yeah,
country,
dog.
Kansas?
Center of America.
America's the center of the world, baby.
America's the
Okay, and
center
see,
of the
this
world.
is, and that's just another example of why our educational system is failing, right? And they're dismantling it, but that's a whole nother subject.
Right.
They
Mm.
Yeah.
want people to be dumb as bricks for as long as they
I
can
mean,
be.
I do love that about Marcella, and you will speak up, and it's very admirable. And you're right, a lot of comics don't, a lot are phoning it in, and a lot are getting rich doing that, so a lot more are doing it. So it's definitely, yeah, it's admirable. So
Thank you. I
thank you.
appreciate it.
Hold up. I gotta say this, Sal. You're so correct about that that I wrote Marcel and was like, yo, we need more of you. Like I need a show. I need more of you online, just saying everything that comes into your head. Like
Yeah.
because she has very strong opinions, but she can back them up,
Oh
right?
yeah, you said
And
it's a
they're
strong
legit and
opinion.
they're solid.
The bitch
Oh no, I
reads.
love it.
The bitch reads.
Well, exactly. If
Yes.
you're educated, and that's the thing, like people think I'm dumb, I come off dumb, but I know my shit. Like I'm always reading, I'm always learning. So then when you get in those situations, you get people, some
Right.
kid I was
Yeah.
ripping on Kid Rock and he had nothing, so he just called me a faggot. So it was kind of like, but you
That's what
give,
happens.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Well, and the thing is too is that Marcella is not afraid to speak her mind, but she stands behind it, right? Like she doesn't I've never seen you backtrack on something that you feel strongly about or something that you believe and that you've done the work for, right? And I think we need more of that. I'm like, yo, I tell anybody who will listen, I'm like, yo, watch this, watch her. You get a chance. It's gonna challenge you maybe in some ways, but it'll be a good challenge, right?
I appreciate
So
it. I appreciate that. Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
it's been a tough ride, but
Well,
I am my
okay.
father's daughter, so I
Yeah,
was.
is that where it comes from? The old man?
It does, but it also, I mean, it comes from my mom in the sense that, like, because my mom has opposite personality of my dad, but she's so curious and she was always like, she always wanted to learn. So it's like you take those, and so did my dad, but my mom really, something I don't think I realized how much I absorbed was how much she made learning look easy.
Hmm.
And I just naturally was like, oh, okay, that's how easy it is to learn something. And so even when I struggle for me to learn something, I'm still like, no, but I got to get through this. I got to learn how to do this thing. And, and then
Oh,
years
that's
of
awesome.
it, you learn that everything is easy to learn. You just have to fucking learn it. You have to make the effort to learn and care. So,
Right. I mean, that's a wonderful skill that your mom passed on because really it's just about research, right? It's
right. And that's the other thing
being
too. It's not,
curious.
not just about research. It's just about trying. People are just so
Right.
scared to fail, I think, or look stupid, that they
Mm.
just are like, I'm just not even going to try. And my parents weren't like that. I mean, it was it's not just about like political. It's also just like my mom, we would eat at a restaurant and then she would be like, ooh, I wonder how they made this. I bet I can make it. And then she would try to make it, you know?
That's cool.
Wow.
Like in
That's
everyday
awesome.
life, I
That's
like
awesome.
that.
It was also
So,
like,
So,
when I was working on a project at school and I was like, I need to draw like a house. And my mom would just draw the house and be like, here, just do it like this and do it like nothing. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I would do it like nothing because I would just practice until I got it right.
mm,
wow. That's it. That's it. I tell
um,
my son that all the time. That's the same. You apply those same skills in sports and athletics, right?
Right.
Like you want to be good at something. Yeah, just shooting the ball a couple times is not going to work. You need to get out and do it every day, over and
Right.
over
do
again,
you give
right?
your son fatherly advice while you're doing the framing? Well, son, what you have to do here is
Oh, as he's fucking,
hand me that mat, young man. Um,
Yes, I
so
do.
what's your sibling situation? I know you got a younger sister, right?
Well,
no,
hold
I
on,
have
hold on, hold on. But
three. Oh, oh,
hold
oh.
on. Well, no, before we go there, because she was talking
Reggie's
about her
got an
dad. I just want to.
agenda. Sorry, Marcella.
No,
I love an
no,
agenda.
it's okay. It's not an agenda, but she was talking about her mom and her dad, and I just wanted to ask her about her dad. So you got the opinions from your dad or the ability to speak up from your dad, but was he funny as well?
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh my gosh, yeah. He was entertaining. I mean, I got a lot of my entertaining side, like my entertainer side from my dad.
Was he
The
born in El
Arab side.
Salvador?
He was born in El Salvador, but he has Arab roots. And that's that he got that from my grandmother, and she was Lebanese Palestinian. And he got his singing, his penchant for music, his penchant for storytelling, being fun and lively. He got that from her.
Wow.
Oh
It's
wow. And I see
interesting
all that
because
stuff in you.
yeah, my
Yeah.
dad is, born in Sicily. And I wonder if like I don't know, when you move here as an immigrant, maybe they use comedy to connect and relate in a whole new world. I have no idea. But my dad was kind of the funny one, and I could see where I got some of that from.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, my dad
Wow.
was
So you,
always like that. That was the thing. They didn't really want to come here. I mean, a
Oh,
lot of people
really?
don't even really want to come here. They feel forced, because they want to survive and be safe. So, but my dad was always like the life of the party anywhere he went from since,
Wow.
I mean, my dad was a singer in a group called Los Hermanos Flores in El Salvador, and that's how my mom met him. He was playing guitar.
Oh, he's a performer? Wow.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's
See, Sal, I
cool.
guess my agenda worked out, huh?
We would have gotten to it.
Uh,
That's cool, man.
yeah,
Wow.
that's pretty awesome. So knowing Marcella, now I see where you get because the music aspect of your performance, right?
Oh
And
yeah, she
then
likes to dance and
obviously,
shit.
yeah, and the dancing, and then the presence that you have on stage, that's obviously was honed seeing your dad, and your dad had that. And then the knowledge and your knowledge of things and being able to research and learn comes from your mom. It's like you're like the perfect combination of both of them to some degree,
Yeah, I think so.
right?
Shit. A lot of men would disagree, but what are we gonna do?
I mean, you're real.
But I will say my dad loved reading, and my parents liked to consume. Look, you gotta understand, my parents came to America and they were like, oh my God, we've been watching American television our whole lives. Now we get to like really be in it. And they just liked American stuff. And so did we. So we were always like consuming what we could because we liked it.
Right.
Right. And so to live out the American dream, they decided to come to Modesto.
Yeah, well,
George Lucas, baby. That's where
they
he's
went to San
from.
Francisco. They went to San Francisco. And then my dad,
Oh, okay.
shout out to Affirmative Action, because my dad was able to get a job through Affirmative Action at the post office. And he did choose Modesto because he didn't think that living in San Francisco was going to be good for the kids. Like, they didn't want to raise their kids
Mm.
in a big, messy, crazy city. My dad was like, oh, they're going to get into drugs. They're going to get into like, look at all this. This is like not the best city to raise small children in. So my dad was like, oh, look, they have these opening. They drove, to the Central Valley. They're like, oh, look at this town. It's not white picket fence towns, but you're just like, oh, look at this
It's more
town.
like dirt road town.
It's
Yeah.
still a
There's
town, though. It's got a quaintness.
Yeah, Modesto has beautiful
No,
suburbs. But what's funny about that is that one of my brothers ended up being hardcore into drugs. So it was like, bro, you can't, it's America. The drugs are.
yeah,
It's a little messy
exactly.
out there, dude.
Well, let's call it
Yeah.
Modesto for a reason.
Yeah, Modesto.
uh, oh, that's awesome, man. So, okay, now Sal, we can get to the siblings if you want to.
Well, a couple things. First off, do you remember when we first met, Marcella? I believe we
No,
were.
but I would love to hear about it.
You don't remember? Do you remember, Reggie? We were together. We met her together.
Was I a bitch? Please tell me I was a
Really?
bitch. Can I tell you something really funny?
Yeah,
Can I
go
tell
ahead. Go ahead.
tell the story? I don't know if you guys saw me on Natasha Lyonne's Poker Face recently. I was on the
Oh,
final episode of the second season. The season finale, I should say, not because people were like, "Was it the end? Is there another season?" And I was like, "Oh my God, I can't post anything." Anyways, and when I first met Natasha Lyonne, I met her. Fred Armisen was doing this thing with one of these Latino companies, and we were doing a stand-up show. It was like Frankie Quiñones, Jesus Trejo, Chris Garcia. It was like all the fucking Latinos, and this is when Fred was dating Natasha. And they were hanging out after the show. We all went to the back area, and Natasha comes up to me, and I mean, I'm low-key starstruck, but I also like don't want to be like, oh my God, I love you so much, because I had just performed, I killed it, I was feeling good, so I was trying to like, okay, be normal, be
yeah.
normal.
You've been here before.
I've been here before, so say what's up, and then whatever, we go our separate ways. But the way she remembers it is she goes, do you remember the first time we met? And I was like, I do remember the first time we met. She was like, you were kind of a cunt. And I was like, I bet I was. I bet I was. Glad you didn't hold it against me, bitch.
Like on set you were, or how did you?
This was at the Fred Armisen show.
Oh, that's what you've been.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, but that's funny because from your perspective, you're like, I'm just trying to be chill because I'm kind of starstruck. And from her perspective, it was like, yo, you're being a total bitch. Like you weren't even being cool.
wow. I'm
Wow,
telling you, when
perception is not
we're
always
first throwing
reality.
me how to
That's like
act.
the story of my life, I feel like, with a lot of people, because I'm usually like trying to maybe not say something or watch what I'm saying or watch my behavior. And sometimes when I don't, I still get that reaction. So it's like it felt for me, it's always like a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation.
I mean,
Oh
see,
wow, that
that's
sucks.
probably okay. The sibling thing, I was kind of curious because, all right, your
Well,
special.
hold on. No, you said
Wait,
no.
you
You got
can't
it
be jumping. You just said, do you remember when we met?
Well, okay, you weren't
exactly.
bitchy
See
to
what I
us.
got to do here.
Okay, this
See
is what
what?
happened. Reggie and I
Okay.
did a show in Modesto, and I want to say it was Heroes or something.
Oh yeah.
It was a terrible place. And I think it was before
Oh,
you
was that
did
the restaurant bar
comedy,
or whatever?
you came up to us afterwards and we were talking, and I always will remember. I remember that I was like this tall Latin girl, and she was kind of into comedy, but you were like loud and fun. You weren't bitchy. You were like, because she was into what we were doing. She's into learning about how to get into comedy. So maybe that's why she didn't develop that total bitchy bully yet. So
Oh, I've been a bitchy boy since I was a kid. Thank you very
we
much.
didn't see that side, I feel, that first step.
I was
She's like, don't
probably
be
like,
that with me.
oh my God, these comedians. And also Reggie was
You're
there.
a friend too.
I was probably like trying to figure out
Sister.
what his situation was. I was like, let me really.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, you were definitely kind of flirty with Reggie. Everybody, but I was so like everybody liked Reggie, so it's always so annoying to me. Like
Yeah, right.
do a show and everyone gathers to him. I just sit there on the side like, oh, this what the fuck, you know. But yeah, I remember. I think you were with your sister or somebody. But you
Yeah,
do
probably.
remember that, huh?
Wait, but so was I doing comedy already
I don't
or
think you were. You were because you were
oh,
asking us
Wait,
about it. You were asking us about stand up.
okay.
What about you? Don't remember that at
so
all, Reggie?
heroes.
Reggie, that's probably the only
No,
time you ever did Modesto. I probably made
well,
you
no, because I used to do the glass cat all the time. I used to
that
do the
That's
cat.
glass cat
bad.
all the time.
That cat,
I mean the
yeah.
fat
You didn't
cat.
say it
Yeah,
right.
not
Yeah, you
the
sure you
glass
did.
cat.
Sure you did,
No,
Reg.
the glass cat was a club in the city that I used to go to, but fat cat.
Yeah.
Um, well, hold up. So was that show the show that was put on by Tinkle at the bar
Probably.
restaurant?
Oh yeah, probably. I remember they had like a life-size Mike Tyson like
Yeah.
statue.
Yeah,
I think
I
I
do
was
remember that
probably
show. I
already
just
doing stand-up because there's no way I was there if I wasn't doing stand-up.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe.
okay,
Okay,
okay.
maybe. But I know you're still living there and stuff, I feel.
Well, the first year of stand-up, I moved to San Francisco and then I moved back to Modesto in my second year of stand-up.
Oh,
I don't know
Okay.
why the screen keeps moving.
I know. I was like, what is this
I,
feature you have, dude?
I
Wow.
I
know it's
just
like a very
downloaded it on this
dynamic.
computer and it just now it's all like doing all this
So
weird
like the
shit. And
best
I'm
way to
trying not to
do
move,
it.
but every time I move, it does something.
Like it, I feel like it comes in when you're saying something important, and then it goes back when
Yeah,
you're
yeah, no,
changing.
like it's like AI or something. It's
It's
weird.
gotta
It's
be
very
AI.
dynamic.
Um,
I remember Marcella way back in the day because I used to, hang out in the club late. I always give Marcella for a while. I give her a ride home in the Tenderloin.
oh,
Um,
you lived in the loin?
Did
she
Where
lived
were
in
you in the
Loin, but
loin?
I did live in the line.
was
That
it
was
Ellis? No, what was it? What street was it? Was it
Eddie and
Wentworth? No,
Ellis,
was it
Ellis and Eddie.
Oh, Ellis, the lower
Ellis and
to go,
Eddie?
dude. Because I had a friend who was on Geary and then up and Sutter. It's way nicer on Sutter than Geary, but Ellis is even further
Ellis and
down.
Eddie. It was Ellis and Eddie.
Oh, that's
I
weird.
do.
It was
I'm
bad.
gonna tell you right now, the area was so crazy. Like when I would drop her off, I would sit there and watch her going. It was two bright lights on the outside of the building,
Yeah.
like white bright lights. I would sit there and wait for. It was almost like I was back home as a kid, where it's like you gotta wait till they get in the house before you leave, baby.
Dude, she has to
So
get
I
an
would sit
appointment with
there.
the lights. I'm saying.
Well, I think I never went inside, but she would go through the door and then she'd walk
Yes, you
straight down this
did. You
long
did
hallway.
once.
Oh, I
What?
did one time. You're
And you know
right.
what this
You're right.
motherfucker said? This motherfucker goes, "Do you need money?" Because he saw that I had refried beans on my stove.
You need
Oh, did
money.
I ask
He goes,
you?
"Do you need
Did I ask
money?"
you if you need
I
money?
wrote a joke about that. I wrote a
Did
joke
you?
about that. It's something like, "Oh my God, beans are like a staple food for Latinos." And I had this guy come over to my apartment. And I turned it into like a guy I dated. That's usually what I do when I
Okay.
incorporate something somebody said. A lot of the shit I say on stage is like just an interaction I had, and then I go, "This guy I dated said something stupid
Yeah.
to me once."
Right.
But really, it was just a friend. The joke is this guy came over and he saw refried beans on my stove, and he was like, "Oh my God, do you need money for groceries?" And I was like, "Yeah, actually, yeah. Got you give me that money for the yeah. I'm gonna buy some lobster and dip it in my frijolitos."
I'll go to Whole Foods for you right now.
Oh man, I hope I didn't offend you. I wasn't trying to be offensive.
That's
I don't even.
hilarious.
I do remember going
It
to your
wasn't that it
apartment.
was offensive. It was just one of those things like culturally ignorant, like why would you
Yeah.
don't, no, Latinas, and you don't come over Latinas. That's how I knew you didn't fuck Latinas because you weren't going and seeing free fried beans on their stove. So,
Hey, look, I'm guilty as charged. I grew up in Alabama. The Latinas was not messing with me. I
yeah.
promise you. Right? Like the ones that like me or like heavy set black women, they
Alabama,
a
land
big
of the
black woman see
whites.
me, she go, ooh, like
Yeah, yeah.
and then obviously, and then white girls, right? And a couple of Asians, whatever. But the Latinas, they never looked at me. I looked at them.
I know,
I
yeah,
looked at them. I
yeah,
promise you, I looked at them.
Latinas in the South are probably a little too racist.
yeah, yeah. Reggie, yeah, that's all. Reggie's
Yeah.
like, okay.
So, all right. Well, I want to
That's
say my bad,
hilarious.
Marcella. I
That's
apologize.
hilarious.
I wasn't
Oh,
trying to
there's
be
our clip,
offensive or
Reggie.
like offend you.
Um,
But I
no,
was
this is what
I was trying to help. It's all good intentioned.
yeah,
So, but yeah, you're right. One time. One
she
time.
needs, she must need my money. Um, what I was gonna ask, I don't know how to even say it, but like, okay, woke bully is the name of your special, and I don't know, you get the vibe. I guess that I love that you're woke, you're smart, you're like, educated, and then, but yeah, you do have that bully vibe, and I don't know where did that come from. You know what I mean? Because you don't, it's like boxing out, like you don't take no shit, but it's
Well,
something people admire and respect.
I,
well,
well,
not
hold up
everybody.
before you go.
Well, not everybody,
Well, I was
but
gonna
I'd
say,
say as an artist for
Yeah.
sure. Okay, like other artists.
okay, all right, let me ask you this though. So the word bully, right? The word bully. Because when I think of a bully, I think of someone in the position of power trying to take advantage of someone else who's weaker to some degree.
Sure.
So this is not necessarily the idea of a bully in that sense, right? Like how would you interpret the
I mean,
word
I
bully in
think
the
so.
way that
I
you're
think that it does. I
oh,
think that
okay.
and that's the thing. So I guess I could answer this in two ways that actually answer your other question, Sal, because I am the youngest of four kids. I have two
Oh,
older brothers, an older sister. These motherfuckers were ruthless with me,
right.
and
Okay.
and I would go to school and just I did the thing that everybody does. We're like, you're getting bullied at home. You go home, go to school and be a bully. I was fully that kid.
Right.
I was fully that kid.
Ah, okay.
I think I want to say middle school or high school, I ended up apologizing to the gay kid that I used to bully relentlessly in elementary. I mean, fourth grade, I was
What?
bullying this
Wow.
gay kid. Okay. I fully take responsibility for what a fucking cunt I was. I've apologized
But
Wow.
not because he was gay. Not because he was gay. He
Oh,
just happened to be
definitely.
gay.
closeted. Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh,
Well,
you were
once he's in
bullying
the
him because he
closet in
was
fourth
closeted?
grade. Well, fourth grade.
Wait, you're talking about me.
Sorry. Fourth grade, of course he's in the closet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
exactly.
But you weren't bullying him because he was
Yes.
closeted.
Yes, I was, Reggie.
Reggie, why else
Oh,
would
you
you
were you
bully?
were like
Yeah.
wait, you were basically like, yo, you gay. Right. Go ahead and
I
admit
was,
it, right?
oh, that's the nicest thing I could have said. I was not nice. I was
I
very,
mean, I grew up in Ohio. I've always, yeah, people would say bag all the time. Like it
yeah.
was you, and that's why you didn't even
Oh
want to
no.
show your sensitive side because you didn't want to be called that.
And Modesto was just
Okay.
little Ohio.
It is. It really is. Anything outside the cities, I used to say that joke. It's Calabama. It's
Yeah,
just, it's exactly. I couldn't
Yeah.
believe it when I first came out.
Oh, that's
yeah.
interesting. Okay, we had a gay kid in our class in middle school, and we all knew he was gay, but no one ever talked about it. No one ever like we didn't like at recess, he hung out with the girls all the time, right?
Yeah.
He never played any of the sports or games with us. We had to wear, I went to Catholic middle school, so it was white shirts and blue pants. He was the only boy that tucked in his shirt, and his pants and his clothes were always way too tight.
Yeah.
But we never said anything, like no one really
I don't
cared,
know. I feel like
right?
Reggie's in this
You're like in
bubble.
fourth grade and you're calling this kid out.
I mean, you
No?
were like a jock. I feel like you're just busy in your sports world. You
Yeah,
didn't.
that's true. That's true too. Sometimes there's students that don't even notice because it's not even part of their world. And
Amen.
yeah, and that was the thing with me was I was like laser focused. And sometimes when I look back, I'm like, I think I was just a little hater because he was a little performer and I didn't know that I was going to actually perform professionally until I
Mm.
became an adult. That was never on my agenda to be a performer, but I did like performing. I did like it. So I think deep down I might have had some resentment, jealousy, but like I really don't know if that's what it was. I just really was it was the 90s. I was
Right.
Catholic as hell. We were very anti-gay. That was just like the thing that you did.
Right.
Oh yeah, you're Catholic. Yeah, that makes sense.
How'd
Yeah.
that change?
You said how?
Yeah, how? How did that change?
Just got, you get older. You get
Yeah.
older, and thankfully,
Right.
I think by the time I was in junior high, I will credit entertainment, mainstream entertainment, like shows, like TV shows, comedy TV shows that would have the little gay character. And it's funny too, because sometimes I think
Grace and
about
Will.
how conservatives and Republicans are like, this entertainment is brainwashing our kids. And it is, but it's brainwashing them with empathy. And
Right.
that's what they don't like.
Mm,
And understand, right.
Right.
And understanding.
Yeah, yeah. Can you imagine
yeah,
understanding?
yeah, and acceptance. Right.
Acceptance, yeah.
Right.
And I did need that. I'm glad that I, whatever it was, it could have been Will and Grace. I'm really not sure what did it, but it was also like, think about 90s, like television, like TRL and all those shows. It's like, there was a lot of gay shit on there and you
Right.
hated it or you accepted it. And
That's where it really started on TV.
exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So
like the first
okay,
gay
so now-
wedding was on Friends.
Exactly. And that was the 90s. And that's,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm convinced that mainstream entertainment is what made me go, you know what? Because, I loved Madonna. I love Janet Jackson. When they're on MTV saying, oh, yeah, my gay hairstylist or my gay this, you're just like, oh, huh.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I was a big
And these people
Nirvana
were in
fan.
society.
Right.
And Kurt Cobain, they were all like pro-gay, and I didn't know dick. I'm like, oh, these badasses are cool with it. Why are these people around me not? You know what I mean? And
Which is why it's important to speak up. That's why I speak up.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so now with
exactly.
with that explanation or that hearing that, I understand it now. I have a better understanding of woke bully. Right.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, yeah.
Fucking
Like,
jock.
okay, so at some point you embody both of those.
Yeah, because I also,
Right.
my personality is my personality. I'm aggressive, I'm blunt, I'm forward. That's how my dad was. And I like that can't change, but like who I direct my
Right.
anger towards is what needs to, that's what matters.
Right.
Right.
That's what differentiates woke
Right.
bully. In fact, the woke bully, I can give you the story on the title of the woke bully. Andy Haynes, the comedian Andy Haynes, actually gave me the title woke bully because, well, this week, JFL was announced, all the new faces and all that shit. And for those who don't know, JFL is this comedy showcase in Canada. It's this festival. It's a big deal.
Montreal.
It could change your career. It could also do nothing. We all know that.
Just for laughs, the JFL.
Just for laughs.
Yeah.
But so I was auditioning many, many years ago, and at the audition takes place at a live stand-up comedy show. And a lot of the people that are at the audition are like agents and managers and people from the festival. And so it's like a room of 50 and it's filled with a bunch of people who are only rooting for their client or their friend, right? Which is not the ideal audience.
No, it's not a normal response.
It sucks.
Yeah.
And it's one of the worst auditioning
It does suck,
process.
100%.
Yeah, it's one of the worst auditioning processes you could go through. And so I was all stressing about my audition. And then right before my set, there was
Now, fuck your timeout, Reg. What are you doing?
No, I just wanted to say real quick because, and hold that train of thought. Many, many years ago, Montreal Comedy Festival, Just for Laughs, the comedians that showed up didn't have representation. Like the whole idea was to go there to get representation, and then the industry or the festival kind of got hijacked by the managers, agents, who end up, like you just said, only jockeying for the guys that already have rep.
Right.
So it kind of stole the opportunity for a lot of people to come in as an unknown to really establish themselves or to make an impact.
And
so
it takes the
I just
fun
want to
out
throw
of
that
it.
out there.
Yeah, it takes the
And it
fun
takes
out
the
of
fun
it
out of
too.
it.
It totally takes the
Yeah.
fun out of it. It makes it more stressful. And it was that. It was in the height of Just for Laughs was cracking. Like every fucking show was sold out, but it was sold out because of, agents and managers and all those teamsters and shit. And so it wasn't the best vibe. And then at one point, I'm okay, Marcella, you're next, right? So I'm like, all right, let me let this girl do whatever it is. It's like 7 minutes or something. And so there's a girl I'm like, all right, I know my set. I'm in my set, right? I'm in my set. And then I'm listening to the girl in front of me. And this fucking bitch is talking shit about poor people. Like the whole set. It's not funny. Like subjectively, it's not funny. It's not good material. And she's bombing, of course, because there's not a lot of audience in the room anyways. And she is doing like she's making fun of like mayonnaise and how like aioli is better than mayonnaise and how like
Wow.
coins, like pennies and nickels and
Very
dimes.
elitist.
Yeah,
Yes, pennies,
pretentious.
nickels, and dimes shouldn't exist because that's what poor people use. Like it's insane the material.
Hilarious. I can see how she got the audition.
Okay, hold up. I was gonna say this. That's so infuriating because you see comedians like that, and you go, "This motherfucker gets a chance." I know 8 people in San Francisco right now that blow this bitch off the stage in a heartbeat. Excuse my French, but
and
that shit
all of
makes me mad. But
and
okay,
all of that shit, all of those thoughts are going through my head. Oh my God. And now I have to follow this and da 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 da. And she will not let up. And then on top of that, you know, I support anybody dressing and looking however they want on stage. But just to make a note, this woman is, you know, maybe doesn't have the best body. I would define her as dumpy. And she is wearing pure white, like a full white outfit, right? And she has like bleach blonde, and she's a white girl, and she has like bleach blonde hair. And she to me looks a little a mess to be talking that type of shit. So I'm sitting there, and she's not giving, like, she's not letting up on poor people. And it actually angers me to the point that as soon as I get on stage, I can't not say something. My brain just will not let me move on from how bad and terrible this bitch is. So I get
you're
on
SF
stage
comment.
and I say, how does a bitch that looks like mayonnaise gonna talk shit about it?
Hey,
Ah,
that's funny. That's quick.
dude, that's funny.
So,
But you know, but hold up though. But
wait.
real
The
quick, oh,
audience
go ahead.
completely silent because it's filled with agents and managers and GFL, except one black woman. You could hear her in the back. She just goes, ha ha. And I was like, okay, I'm right.
You're like, that's all I needed. I just need one confirmation,
That's great.
right, from a real person.
And then I proceeded to
See,
bomb, even though the material was good, but it was whatever. I was like, I don't care. So the next day I tell the story to a comedian because they're like, Marcella, how was your audition? Everyone, I think we were doing that Neil Brennan show that he used to do on Sundays. And I was scheduled to do that. And like Andy Haynes was there and a bunch of comedians were there. And I'm just telling the story. And then Andy, because he's not really reacting, but he's just standing there listening. He goes, Marcella, you're like a woke bully.
nice.
And I was like, I
Shout out
don't
to Andy Haynes.
that.
Yeah, Andy's a really funny guy too. I remember when he showed up in San Francisco for a short while from I want to say New York or somewhere. He just showed in. Writing was airtight.
Yeah.
Like he kind of came one of those guys. He came in and was super focused on like getting the job done. He was like, "I'm here to do a job. I'm here. What is it? I'm not here for. I'm here for a good time, not a long time, or here for whatever it was." He came in focused, did his thing, and then he was like off to LA, and then now he's Andy Haynes. But um, dude, that's phenomenal. See, okay, so for people who are listening that don't understand this, like industry shows, and what Marcella did was she brought in um, real comedy performance to the event because industry shows, regardless of what they say before you're supposed to just come in and just do your act because you're trying to impress the audience. But when you're a real comic and you grew and you started where we started in San Francisco, where it's like, yo, we're present, we're in the room, we're real. Like she said, she's like, I could not say something, right?
It was gonna
And
drive me crazy. It was gonna drive me crazy if I didn't.
Yeah,
exactly,
yeah, I
exactly.
understand that.
And I think that's one of the things that makes San Francisco-based comics, at least from the time that we came up, phenomenal, is because we are authentic and real and genuine in that
A
way.
lot
And I
smart. We
think
all know our stuff, and
we're
like it's
smart,
kind of deep.
but sometimes I think that could potentially have hurt us in some ways too,
Exactly.
because
Yeah.
right, it's hard to because those LA comics, they kind of get it. They're like, hey, look, I'm here to do a thing, and so this is it. I'm
Well,
gonna go out.
remember how many
And maybe
times
New York
LA
comics.
comics would come up to the Sunday showcase and just eat it? Because,
Yeah.
like all the time, because it was more like surface level comedy where we were like, we had everybody, dude. Like we had so many good comics that at that time
Mhm.
that it was just yeah, we made each other good, I feel.
But I'm not surprised because Marcella did her thing. But even still, it still worked out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
Like,
was
I mean,
like
I'm
one
fine, but
line.
like I did blow the audition right then and there, like that's the shit. And it always
yeah,
bothers me because I'm always like, yeah, if I was like some cool white guy, they would have probably been like, oh, genius.
Well,
right.
Reggie knows this, and because we've both done it a few times, and it's like an audition. Especially that second time we go to LA, it's like an audition. And for Reggie, they told him one time, "Oh, all the good looking, what was it? The good looking black guys are wearing facial hair like that this year." and you're like, oh, I fit in this category. That's what they're trying to
Well,
look for.
well, no, it wasn't so much that it was the facial hair. What it was they were kind of like, they're like, well, in essence, we kind of got the clean cut,
Right.
nice black guy, right?
Right.
Like we kind of got the Godfrey, you
A
know what I
God
mean?
Scotty
In a
forbid we
certain
Pill.
way.
put, yeah, we can't put
The
two.
what? Yeah, and so it was almost like I kind of got this feel like, oh, so I'm jockeying for a specific box, which for me my whole life I've always fought the box. I never wanted to be put in the box. So I can't just be a comedian. It's like, oh no, you're black and you're clean cut and you're clean, so you fit over here,
Right.
right? Whereas there's just not a lot of categories for people of, for brown people, right? They only have a couple spots for us. Can I share this story real quick about one of my callback auditions for Montreal at the Laugh Factory? I'm sitting there, I'm ready to go, doing my thing, and this guy comes up to me, another comedian. He comes up and he goes, hey man, he goes, are you Reggie? I go, yeah. He goes, hey, I noticed you're next. Hey, I got another show I got to get to. Can I go next? And then you can go after me or whatever. And I go, hey man, nah, I'm kind of ready. Like I'm ready to go right now. Like I'm in my zone. I've been doing the thing. He's like, oh man, please come on. I really would appreciate this if you could. And I go, all right, man. Yeah, go ahead. So he goes and he talks to the lady, and he tells her, yeah, so I'm gonna go and in place of this guy. He's gonna go after me. All right, cool. So now the comedian ends. They get up on the host gets up and they call this guy, and this motherfucker is nowhere to be found. Right? He's nowhere to be found. And so I'm standing there, and all of a sudden, the host who's been asking for, we'll just say Gary Lewis, hey, come on up, Gary. Gary's not here, and he doesn't know. So he looks over to the lady, and she's like, I don't know where he is. And she looks at me and she goes, wait, what's your name? And I go, Reggie Steele. And she's like, Reggie Steele. And he goes, all right, Reggie Steele. And I look at her and I go, this is my callback. Like this is my audition right now. This is what we're
You
doing.
said that
This
to
is how
him?
we're doing it.
You didn't say that.
Yeah. Yes, I did. 100%. I said, this is my callback right now. This is how we doing this. And the guy just like, he's like, okay. And she's like, go ahead. She got the little headphone, like, go. And I go up and I go, wow. I go, wow. I go, so this dude, and I did that thing. I go, this dude asked me if he could switch, and now he ain't nowhere to be found. All right, so
Damn,
I'm
dude.
Reggie, and I was just like, you gotta be
Whack,
shitting me,
bro.
Yeah,
right? Like
that's a rough way to start.
it's a
Yeah.
rough way to start, right? Especially because you're in your head and you're getting ready, preparing, you're kind of doing the thing, you're in your zone, you're feeling good, and then all of a sudden, so those auditions could be kind of crazy. And when I did the NBC thing, I had no idea. I didn't know what it was like to perform in front of agents and
Hmm.
managers and talent, like a whole room of them. And I walk out and I did what I always do, and they just sat there and looked at me like this. And I was like, the fuck just happened? Like
Yeah,
I
it's so
felt like I
weird.
ate it.
Yeah.
It was so weird, but I watched everybody else and it was the same thing for everybody. And then the person who won, Ronzio Vance, he was like, he go, oh no, man, it's industry. They don't laugh. They just look, right? They
Yeah.
only laugh at their people. I was like, man, I wish somebody would have told me that shit beforehand because I would have felt better. Because I got
Yeah.
in my head halfway through, like,
Yeah, no,
oh,
those
this
things
shit
fuck
usually
with you,
kills,
man.
right? So,
Yeah.
but okay, this ain't my interview. This is about you. So, um, I just had to share that.
Were you
So
always
okay, so my
tall in
question.
school? Let me ask that. Were you always tall? And like, did that kind of lead to you like fucking with people?
Probably. I mean, I was always tall, but I definitely didn't hit like a spurt until like maybe 9 or 10. But yeah, I mean, I was always tall.
Did you
Okay.
did you just jump into it or like did you or into it or were you ever like self-conscious and shit
Oh
about
yeah,
it?
I have scoliosis because I was in middle school like, what the fuck is this?
Oh,
Wow.
really? So I mean, when you stand up straight, do you have one shoulder a little higher, even now still,
Not
or
one.
no?
It's just through the spine where it's just like it's really weird. Like I have it in my
Well,
lower back and a little bit in my mid back.
oh,
Oh
okay.
wow.
One of my best friends had it, and if he stood up straight, I mean, he was 6'7", but when he stood up straight, he stood like this. Like this is
Yeah,
as straight as he could get.
you can't see it on my shoulders, but you can see it in my rib cage.
Wow.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
It's not
This is what I wanted to
super
ask you.
bad. Like we were my doctor got in front of it and I was still pretty bad about it. But yeah, I never had like it from the front you can't tell unless you're really looking at my ribs, my rib cage.
Okay, Okay. So
Interesting.
my question is this. So based on being the woke bully, what's probably been the most challenging thing for you performance-wise with audiences, right? I mean, you're at a point now where you have some notoriety, you have a name, and people are drawn to you. So you're probably going to get your audience. Hopefully, you're getting your audience, right?
Right,
People who appreciate your voice, right? Um, but obviously, it's not going to be everybody.
right.
So, what's been the biggest hurdle, I guess, or challenge
I
with
mean,
being the
it's
person?
that where it's people, if you speak a certain way, people don't know how to differentiate between character versus demeanor. And I think that's one of the biggest issues in our society is that people
Mhm.
are so consumed with the way someone presents themselves that they confuse how they present themselves with who they actually are as a person. I mean,
Mm,
Trump is such a perfect example of that because he's coming off as like a regular guy and he's not in the Epstein files. I swear I'm not in the Epstein files. I'm just a regular guy. I'm just like you. And now, finally, for some reason, it's like people are realizing that he was lying this whole time. And it's like you couldn't tell. Like his character has shown time and time again what a piece of shit he is. Um,
right.
but they're so consumed with the demeanor of it all that they don't realize that they're not connecting the dots. And that's one of my biggest struggles has been that because of the way I speak or how I sound or I cuss a lot, that people assume that I'm a bad person or mean or evil or a bitch or whatever. And it's been frustrating because I'm like, oh my God, some of the most fucked up people I know are the nicest people I have ever interacted with.
Right, right, right.
Mm,
I mean, one of my brothers used to
yeah.
cheat on every fucking girl. It got this bitch pregnant, got that bitch pregnant. But because he had such a sweetie pie look to him and he was a sweetie pie, women just fucking. And I also believe that women throw their pussy too much at tall men in general. Reggie knows this, and they're
And
just
I
like
ain't short.
throw it. They just throw it at them. And I'm like, these men aren't even charming. I think tall men are some of the worst people on the planet. Trump is a good example of a tall man who's one of the worst people on the planet. And I don't even think these men are charming. I just think people get vertigo when they look up at them.
Well,
Oh,
it's that thing about it's about status, right? Like if you're tall and you have stature, it feels like you're different or you stand out in some way, and people are drawn to that,
yeah,
right?
authority.
Um,
Yeah, it's like
it's the
people's daddy issues always come out when you're tall.
Yeah. Well, what I'm hearing too is, in regards to the audience, it sounds like maybe there's a word or two or how you say something or what you say, and people tune out. They hear that one thing and then they don't hear the whole thing. Because being a person who's sat in the back of the room and who's watched you headline, right, and do your 45 to an hour, yeah, there may be a moment where you start off in a certain place, but if you listen to the whole joke,
Right,
right? It's like
Right.
that Jay-Z line, like, do you listen to the music or do you just skim through? Like, you got to listen to the whole thing. And then you get to the end and you go, okay, yeah, maybe that part up front, that kind of turned me off, but in context of the whole thing, it makes total sense,
right.
Right.
right?
And
Right.
that's
Right?
the problem with people.
So
They don't fucking listen.
easily
They're
offended.
just too busy watching the little
Right.
presentation, how you're coming off, quote unquote. I mean, Bill Burr has that issue too, where it's like his audience, he's kind of having a reckoning with his audience because they've barely been listening to what he's been saying. And those of us who are very smart and been listening to for fucking 15 years have been listening the whole time. And we know
Hmm.
his character is, and we like, I don't care if he drops a bad word here or there or says something. Oh, he uses the phrase platoon of whores to describe women dancing. I don't fucking care about that shit. Like, what's the message?
Right.
What are we talking about?
Right. Right.
And I
Right.
also, that comes from me growing up in a home that where my dad, I mean, you think I talk crazy. My dad was fucking nuts. And he was super crazy and aggressive. And so, like, I know how to differentiate between someone's character and demeanor because I was raised in it. And
Right.
now that's what I deal with, I think, on a regular basis. I mean, dude, I was opening for Melissa Villasenor recently, and somebody on the staff, they right in front of me, they go right up to her and they're like, "Oh my God, you're so positive. I love your comedy because you're so positive." And then they just completely ignored me. I was opening for her. And I was like, oh, you were just
Uh,
listening to the words. Like, because
mm,
Yeah.
also what's funny about Melissa, she says mean stuff, but because she says it in this cute little voice,
right.
people
Right.
like
Right. Right.
don't know how to
Right.
listen to it.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it's just funny to me how people will judge you just because of how you talk. And that's true, not even just the words you use, the accent,
How you
language,
sound, yeah.
all that shit. You
Yeah.
don't use it,
Yeah.
you don't use it right door, you didn't use it right there. I can't talk
Yeah.
to you anymore. And it's like, girl, that's pretentious. Like, get out of here with that shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no,
Man,
I come
I
off
feel like
dumb.
this is
I
like
get that all the time. I totally get that. I get that, man.
well, that's because you got, and I'm just gonna say that's because you got mush mouth.
See, this
I tell this dude,
Yo, I got
I tell this dude,
some
I thought you were
criminal.
gonna say Reggie. I thought you were gonna say like, Sal, that's because you're dumb.
Yeah, mush mouth. Fucking asshole.
because because I tell this dude to do tongue twisters all the time. I'm
Tongue
like, I know
twisters.
you, and I still don't know what the hell you're saying half the time.
I know. Good thing we got the captions now on the videos.
All right, so Marcella, let me ask you this. So, having been in San Francisco, Los Angeles, and now Chicago, where are some of the best places that you enjoy working? Because I know you're on the road. I've seen your calendar, and you're all over the place.
You've been
Like,
touring a lot.
Yeah, you've been touring. So, what cities do you actually look forward to visiting? Where you're like, oh man, these people get it, or the clubs get it.
Well, you know what's funny is I can see the silver lining in any situation because some cities, yeah, like obviously Sacramento, California, one of the best fucking cities to do stand-up comedy in. You can talk about fucking anything however you want to. It's the best. But also like I don't want to disparage any cities, but like some cities aren't as great audiences, but the city is nice, so I'm gonna enjoy myself while I'm there, you know?
Right.
It's only 30 minutes to 40 minutes of my day. I'll be fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
But I feel like there's something to learn everywhere. There are just certain cities I just don't want to be in because I can't find my audience there and there is no audience there for me. You know, so that's part of touring, right? Is discovering that. So I like performing anywhere, but like, oh my God, where was I recently? Wilmington, was it Wilmington, North Carolina? Oh fuck, I wish I could remember where it was. Maybe it was Wilmington, North Carolina, but those motherfuckers, I was like, these people look conservative as hell. And they were, but man, did they enjoy every single joke that I had. And I was like, oh, okay, these are like and so what I ended up doing was having a conversation with the owner because she was like, oh no, we've been working really hard to train any audience. Like, no. If you're going to be here, it's to laugh. Like you guys can't come here and you can't just expect one thing and only want one thing. And I was like, oh, good for you. Because, Molly used to be really good at that.
Yes.
At the punchline. And when she kind of stepped out of that position, it shifted, the culture of comedy at these clubs, which is to be expected. But it's wild that there's only some venues that are just starting to realize that they have full control of how their audience behaves.
That's true, man. And a lot of them don't handle it. Like, it's funny, like Joey Bragg, Joey, he did this show in Florida, and the club is notorious for being terrible. And I texted him to see how it was going, and he was crying in the car. He's like, dude, his place. And I was like, oh, dude, it's got that rep. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah. He's like, the second he mentioned California, they were booing the fuck out of him. I'm like, that's not how you're supposed to act. What the fuck is this? So,
and for the record, Joey shared that story with us on air before.
Yeah. So I could hear that. Joey shared it.
He was crying in his car. I don't
Nah.
I'm about to say, goddamn. I'm not gonna tell you shit. What's funny? I actually ran into Joey because he just started back into comedy after he left the little Disney World. And when I saw him, I was like, oh my! He came to one of my shows in LA, and I was like, oh my God, Joey Bragg. He's like, I'm gonna get back. He's like, I think I'm gonna get back into stand up. I was like, dude, do it. You're a man now. Like now you should do it.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I go, I have a question for you because I'm always going back and forth in my head about shit I've done in the past or what a cunt I was to somebody or whatever. And sometimes people misinterpret things I do, or maybe I did something terrible. Maybe they're right. So I was try to feel what was it like back in the day? So when I saw Joey, because I vividly remember how much it angered me that he was doing stand-up because he was a child.
He was annoying.
It angered you. And someone else was writing his material for him, I think. Right?
Yeah, he was a child. He was just a child.
Yeah.
It always bothered me that he was there, and I couldn't really remember what our interactions were like. So I was like, "Hey, I'm just curious. How was I when you were doing stand-up?" And he was like, "Oh, you were the only nice comedian. You were the only one that was nice to me." And I go, "What?" He goes, "You were the only comedian that was not interested in talking to my dad. That is something I vividly remember. You never
Mm.
wanted to talk to my dad. You were always really nice to me. And you were always saying, I think it was like, I was always saying stuff like, man, get this kid home. Or what is he doing out? Why is he saying this? Who's writing
We
this?
kind of ribbing him, and he's like,
Right.
"You're talking to me like I'm a person."
Yeah.
It's
And
so
I was,
funny you say that. Like I remember that. I feel like I've heard you say. I feel like it was at the San Jose Improv at some point.
I
With
remember
the
being pissed. I remember that every time I saw his dad, I'd be like, oh, I'm so mad at this man for having this child out of the house. He should be home. There's no reason for him to be out.
That's
And
funny.
they saw
and
dollar signs. Cha-ching.
exactly. And it worked out. That's the other thing me and Joey talked about. It was like, well, your dad fucking got you rich. So like who cares? I mean, whatever
Right.
context. But
Yeah.
in terms of like Disney and resume and all that stuff, like he is good for that. Um, but it made me happy that I was like, oh, thank God I was the only person or I was one of the people that was like, this is not okay. And I'm gonna vocalize
Yeah. You know what he
Nice.
told us on
Well,
here? He was so into stand-up that he like turned down that show, Liv and Maddie, like 4 or 5 times because he wanted to just do stand-up because he wouldn't have been able to talk about what he wanted because it was a Disney contract.
right.
And they had to change a contract so he could do it. I was
it.
like, I mean, that's crazy. That he was
Yeah.
that into it at like 15, 16 or whatever the hell he was.
Yeah. Shout out to Joey.
Yeah, good guy. All right, Reg, well, what else you got? You got anything else for this lovely
Well,
lady?
I mean, man, we've been here, and I can ask Marcella questions for days. To be honest with you, I'm a huge fan. I've known her for a long time.
I mean, you're
Personally, I
still
consider her a
doing it. You're
friend.
still like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm a fan.
You
I'm a
push the
fan.
envelope. You're
So
smart. I love that. A lot of people, I was telling Joseph Halen was down here all bummed out one day, like when we were talking, and I'm like, yeah, bro, yeah, you're comparing to these people that we know that are famous, but look at these other people that we came up with who are fucking doing horrible. At
Yeah,
least you're still
right.
standing and doing it. You know
Well,
what I mean? Like that's very important.
yeah. It's
I think
surviving is so hard and like everybody wants their big break, but it's also like, yeah, but are you going to be ready if that break comes? That's the
Right.
other side of it,
right. Well,
everybody's so rushing to be this big name and like, but they don't even know what that comes with.
Right.
People are always so rushing
right.
to be a headliner. That's something I noticed about the young comics is everybody's rushing to be a headliner. It's like, dude, you got to enjoy being a host. You got to enjoy being a feature.
Right.
And then that shit's
Yeah.
actually fun. So that when you headline, it's like, oh, it's fun, but if this doesn't go well, I'll be fine.
Right. There's a problem with
Right.
TikTok.
And
It's like a shortcut and doesn't
well,
make it, skills.
and so okay, and I think that speaks to the quality of humor, right? The quality of comedy now. Because if you did go through the trenches, if you started at the open mics and then you became a host and you did that for a while and you had to learn how to take the stage, like be the first one on stage and get an audience, right? And then make your way to become a feature and work on your 25 to your 30-minute set and become a monster where they're like, okay, we want to give you the off night now to do a headlining spot. And you work on that 45 or that 50 minutes. Like you sharpen that tool, right? And
Right.
so you get to a point by the time you become a headliner, then you actually are a headliner content wise, presence wise, material wise. Like you have the skill. I still go to shows and I sit in the back of the room and I'm like, okay, I'll look at the bio. I'm like, okay, this guy was some personality on a thing, and I'm watching 45 minutes and I go, this is a feature set at best,
Right.
right? It's a feature set at best, and he's filling it with a bunch of crowd work, which is not very good. So quality of the content, the quality of the performance goes down. Like, we came up watching people like Patrice O'Neal and Bill Burr and Dave Chappelle, like people who really did this thing, or Louis C.K. If I don't know if we can still say his name or not, but people who
Still
did a
feel it.
thing and were good at it.
Yeah.
So it just drives me nuts. It drives me
Yeah, I
nuts.
mean, and
That
the flip side of the flip side of it is I understand that like, okay, if you go viral, obviously you're going to take all the dates you can take. That's a no-brainer.
right,
But it's just
right,
frustrating when you meet people that are selling out these shows and they're doing these shows and they're not even trying to learn how to get better by not like I'm just gonna bring my friends and then their friends they can't write and nobody's getting better and it's really frustrating to watch and because people are getting popular so young nobody's keeping up with what is good and what they should
They
be
don't
right.
know better.
there's no like
Well, and what's the
universal understanding in comedy anymore and that's what's frustrating
right?
about some of the quality.
And what's the incentive, to be honest with you, right? Like if I'm getting dates, if my calendar is full and I'm getting paid, and there's no reason for me to have to get better because people are coming out, You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Exactly.
it's gonna be the second time. It has to be the second time they come back, and the people don't
If they
show
even
up.
get come back, because that's the other reality.
If,
Some of these bookers are also dealing with the fact they're like, well, I don't fucking like this fucking motherfucker and how he acted and da da da, and they did this and they did that. I mean, there's so many dynamics that come into play. It is slowing down. The
yeah,
TikTok headliner calendar. I don't know if you guys have been noticing
yeah,
clubs are they're switching their calendars. Finally, it's
I
starting to slow
feel like that's why a lot of
yeah,
them have those
yeah.
small rooms now too, though. 'Cause to add them, I will say a glimmer, a silver lining, because when I was on the road a lot with Tim, we do all these clubs, and then I'd see like, oh, Sunday night we got this viral sensation, but the managers would tell me a lot of them there's not a repeat business. Once you see the little
Exactly.
thing, there's no point to see him
Yeah,
next year.
it's a hit it or quit it
Yeah.
situation. It's a one hit
Right.
wonder style,
Exactly.
It's a
Really,
one
that's
hit
literally
wonder.
what it
It's a
is.
one hit wonder.
one weekend
Okay.
wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So let me ask you and this can be the last one, and we'll let you go. Material wise, right? Like, do you just sit down and write, like your process? Are you just sitting down and trying to write on a daily basis? Or I heard people talk about inspiration is not a real thing. If you're a writer, you don't need to be inspired. It's like if you're a writer, then you write, right? So how do you navigate that? For me personally, I used to always just kind of draw from my life. So anything that happened, it would end up being a story on stage, right? And I always found it difficult to kind of sit down and just start writing stuff in a certain way. So how do you generate material?
I do everything. I have no rules for how I write. I have no rules with how I approach. I don't let those types of rules hinder what I'm trying to do, because yeah, sometimes I will sit and write. If inspiration hits, I will sit down and write, whether it's pen to paper or text on the phone, or but sometimes I will go, I have an idea, but I think I'm just going to talk a little shit on stage and see what I find, because I'm a good writer, but I also know I'm a good little shit talker and I can riff really well. So sometimes I'll take
Mm.
an idea on stage and see what happens. And sometimes I get some banging ass, fucking stupid, ignorant lines just from being on stage, and like the pressure of people watching me and the pressure of wanting to make them laugh gets something out of me. And I'm like, oh
yeah.
shit. And sometimes if I'm not recording,
Okay.
I'll tell whoever is with me or a friend or a comedian, I'll be like, hey, can you write that down? Because I'm not recording and I'm going to
Yeah.
forget.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad I do
Yeah. Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'm really glad I do that,
Yeah.
because it has helped me over the years. Because you'll be doing a 45-minute set, you'll riff one thing brand new.
Yeah. You'll
You don't
forget
write
it.
it down, and you don't record
Yeah.
it.
Every audio.
Yeah.
You got a phone. Yeah, man. You're right.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. Sometimes I don't, because I also know if I'm recording myself that I'm recording myself and it gets in my head. So sometimes I don't record myself. I'm
Right.
like, I'm
There's
technically
that.
not doing anything new and I'm just going to riff a little. So let's see what happens. But I also
Yeah.
know if somebody's
Right.
sitting and waiting. I've even had someone in the audience, because I'll say to a friend, hey, Susie, write this down. And then I know that they're going to do it, but I'll have the audience be like, hey, I wrote down that thing that you said you
Oh, wow. That's cool. That's cool. All
Yeah,
right.
I don't,
So,
I don't,
so
I
you
don't
just,
do rules. Yeah, I do everything. I
okay.
also, if any young comedian is listening to this, try that. Try all the things.
Yeah.
There is no one
Try
right answer.
to,
No rhyme or reason. Yeah. There's
try, yeah. Try to trust your comedic instincts, right?
Yeah, it's
Like,
another thing where
trust yourself.
I always have to remind people, like, you started doing this because you're funny, right? So if you're
Right.
funny, then technically
Right.
you can just go on stage and be funny. Technically,
Right.
if you're tired or you're hungry or you're going through a breakup or you're grieving, yeah, that might hinder how your brain is working. But at the end of the day, if you're technically funny, then you should technically be able to do whatever you want, however you want to do it.
Yeah. I always
Right.
think we're
You got to
funny
trust yourself.
people who say things, and then we're
I was
not
just gonna say
people
that.
who say funny things. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because you're
Right.
right. We're
Right.
always, we're funny at some point. Um,
Yeah.
I do want to say, like, Marcella, this one, I posted some on Instagram last year when I was going through the shit, and all these people read, and I never get too open on social media and shit because I ain't like that, and I feel like you're not really like that either at times. And it was weird, all this stuff and all these people writing stuff and this and that, and you don't even want to hear all that. But you just gave a fire emoji, and that meant so much to me. It was like game, respect, game, or something. It's just like if I got that, that was the one nugget I saw for myself. I'm like, and I don't know why, but it meant the world to me. So I just had to thank you in person.
Oh yeah, I mean that's
Because
the
you
thing.
knew it was real.
Yeah, I
because
guess
that's the
because
thing
she don't
too.
give it away. She don't give it away. So
I
Yeah.
don't.
Marcella's not gonna give you something just because
No, you gotta
you
earn
think
it, and that's it. Really
you
felt
gotta
good.
earn it, right?
Yeah.
I'm
You
an
gotta earn
abusive
it.
father, I swear.
No, you're not. But
Oh, did you have a joke about that recently or something like that? Did you have something similar to that
I don't think
about being a father or something like?
No, I said something earlier,
Oh,
but I should. I've been thinking about writing a joke about that, about how I bring out people's daddy issues. Because it's really funny to me when like little kids meet me. When little kids, for your listeners, I'm 6'2", for those who don't know. With little kids, when they meet me, one of the first things they'll sometimes, many children, not all children, but many children will say, they'll be like, "You're taller than my dad." And it just blows their fucking mind that our dad
that's
yeah,
is
hilarious.
taller than their father.
yeah,
Yeah, that always cracks me up.
Wow.
that's awesome.
Wow.
I think you should write that joke. You should write all those jokes about bringing out daddy
Yeah.
issues. It's
I got
Oh,
awesome.
time. I'm not worried about it. I got time.
you got
You
anything
got
coming up
time.
you want to
No.
say or promote or talk about anything?
Yeah, I'm on tour. You can catch me in Houston, Lafayette, Louisiana, New Orleans, Cincinnati. Uh,
Oh, hey, I'm gonna be in Cincinnati when you're there.
oh,
I'm,
come through, dude.
yeah, well, that Saturday is a big party for a fantasy draft, so I'll be probably too fucked to see your show. But I'm doing a show Thursday. So are you only there that Saturday?
I don't think I've bought my tickets yet, so
Yeah, I have. Well, keep me posted because if you want some good smoked meat or whatever. But yeah, I know you're on that Saturday. I would love to come, but yeah, I'll be too fucked up on that by that
yeah, I
time.
don't. I'll see. I'm not sure what the schedule is,
But I
but
was
yeah,
like,
I'm
oh,
on
my God.
tour. I'm on tour. Follow me on socials at Marcella Comedy. That's about
Thank
it.
you, Marcella. You're the
All my
best.
streaming. I have my
And can we?
special. I have my 3 albums.
Yes.
I have a lot to
You got
consume.
3 albums?
I have 2 stand-up albums and 1 comedic meditation album.
Oh, cool. And then are they all like what, Spotify,
Yeah,
iTunes?
wherever you stream your
All
podcast
right.
or music or my
Awesome.
Okay.
You
All
all right
right.
over there,
Well,
Reg?
Marcella.
thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
no, I didn't know she had a comedic meditation. Like I've seen the videos of you like sitting out in the
Oh,
ooh.
well, maybe if you read the captions, you would fucking know. I'm doing a comedic meditation.
Yeah,
Sal loves it.
man.
He loves it.
Sounds like
Whenever anyone gives it
sounds
to
like
me,
one of those
Sal's like,
kids with
yeah.
Down syndrome that gets excited.
I just love laughing, dude. I love anytime, I love a good ribbon. I love a good ball busting. And
But
and
And
he
especially
loves a
and
good
lately,
ribbon
it's
when it's me.
dog, it's also getting lost.
amen.
Do you
Yeah.
notice that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll be in green rooms and I'll like talk shit or be like and then everyone's looking at me like and I'm like, what
can
is
I
happening right
say,
Yo,
now?
I'm going to say
yo,
this.
I'm gonna tell you.
Oh, well, I know a comic that we know that wasn't good at the ball busting, at taking it. And he probably cool with y'all. But because I was such a ball buster when he was coming up, I think he hates me to this day, and that's Brendan Lynch. And, and Brendan's great.
Oh
I
wow,
love
Lynch
him,
ain't
and I
messing
went on
with
the
you like that?
road with him a few times. But when he was coming up, I was always busting balls with him. I'd be like, Sunday Showcase, like, hey, you going up tonight at the punchline? He's like, oh, I don't. I'm like, no, you're not. Like shit like that, right?
Oh
So
my God.
he was so mad that he would try grill, but I don't think he was good at ball bust. He didn't, you know what I mean? It was, I don't know.
That's I think now we would call that autism.
I mean, but it was like you said, my
It's
dad
called
busted my
neuro,
balls
not
my
autism, it's
whole life.
neurodivergent now,
Right. Oh
right? You
my
can't
God.
say it. Asperger's.
I was finally watching Hannah Einbinder's HBO Max special, and she used the term diversons.
Divergent.
No, she
Oh,
said
okay.
neurodivergence, or I don't know how she worded it. It was really, I was like, oh, that's clever. I wanted to write it down. You just reminded me because that's where we're at. We're like, everyone is neurodivergent, which I think a lot of people are. And I feel
Right.
like that's
On some,
part of it. I also feel like some of these young comics, I think COVID really fucked with their heads and they really just,
oh,
nobody knows how to actually
Yeah,
process.
they're a lot of pussies, I feel like. They're very like, you know what I mean? And you're right. If you come in there ball busting, that would really mess with them, you know?
yeah, I think it's indicative of like the world at large right now, right? Like, and
Yeah.
we saw it with the audiences a long time ago when everyone was trying to cancel everyone because they said something. That was the beginning of like not being able to discern like what's a joke and
Right.
the context of something, right? And
Right, right,
trying to control people's ability to speak, period, and
right,
control what they say. What we're seeing now is like the aftermath of that as well. Like this thing where people they don't have the capacity or the ability to just understand. I don't even know how to articulate
That
it,
is deep, Red.
but you're
That's
right. There is
deep.
a level of sensitivity that exists that just doesn't allow room for
For
coloring
the,
outside the
for the
lines
woke bully to thrive.
for the woke bullet,
I mean, they're always wearing
the
their
woke,
pajama pants
for the
outside.
woke.
How do you not rip on that?
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
All right,
So,
Reg.
well, you know,
Thank
hopefully,
you,
hopefully the
Marcel.
pendulum swings back the other way. Hopefully the
Well,
pendulum
in
swings
due
back the other
time, we
way.
hope. In
Yeah.
due time.
Right.
I think it's
In
getting
due
there. I
time.
think Trump has really exposed the unnecessary cancel culture, like I mean, I'm fine with the cancel culture concept. It's the weird obsessiveness people have with like, you can't use this word and you have to talk like this and you have to
Yeah,
say it's
yeah.
turning people into AI because this is a joke I'm also working on, but people are becoming versions that they know are acceptable by society, but they're not actually those people.
Right,
Like
right.
the male feminist, that's not
Mm.
a real thing. Men cannot be feminists by definition. They just can't. It's not right. You can be concerned and care about women and all that, but you can't actually be a male feminist because male feminists are just pussy
Okay.
hounds. Okay,
Y'all
it's a
just what?
concept.
Pussy
They're
hounds?
pussy hounds. There's just a concept that they've used in order to get more pussy.
Oh, see, you're right, though. You see
Okay,
a
well,
lot
hold up
of it,
though.
like, and they're usually friend zone guys.
Okay, so just for the record, I'm not gonna say it. I don't know if I necessarily got friend zoned, but I would friend zone myself, right? Because, and for me, is I grew up with my mom, and my mom had a lot of sisters. So, and my next door neighbor was a girl. Like, I grew up around a lot of girls, and because I was just kind of like the guy who would listen, even though people talk about I talk a lot, which I do, but I listen. And so I would hear all this stuff. Girls would tell me all the stuff that guys would say and do all the time. And because as a guy, I get to hear what the guy is saying. So the guy's like, yeah, man, she just fell in love, dude, one time, and now she's all over me. And I talked to the girl, and she's like, he called me every day. He would bring me candy. He'd come to my house. He asked me how I'm doing. Like he hang out with my family. He just and in my head, I'm like, yo, this dude is trying to act like he's one way to us, but he's doing this. But now because she's attached, now you want to. So I've always been sympathetic to women in a certain way.
Yeah.
And you're right, I can't be a feminist, but I guess I'm a sympathizer
You're an ally. I mean, I think
and an
that
ally.
men,
Yeah.
men who actually, I mean, the trick is if you're not speaking up when the women aren't there, then you're not an ally for women. But yeah, I
Okay.
don't think
Well, I speak up.
You're a
I speak up.
poser.
I've gotten into arguments, like almost got
I
into a
believe
fist fight
it.
one time.
I believe
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Hey, you ever see
I got to
Reggie angry, Marcella?
No.
Oh, it's scary. Like it's funny. It's why he pushes hard for the nice guy. And one time he was doing this mic, and I want to rile up the crowd. I'm like, you should be more like this. And he brought in he said this pigeon joke, and I always give him shit for we're always closing with your pigeons joke. So then he did the
it
mic, and some
worked.
white kid asked him at work or something if he could call him the N word because he calls his other black friend the N word. So Reg just went off, and this was in the Seabiscuit tiny coffee shop. So he's going, "Look, you want me to call this 400 years?" And the crowd was just like, "Mm." And then I was just got off stage like, just talk about pigeons, Reg. Just
Yo, I'm not gonna get all into this, but there was one time Connor Kellicut, shout out to
oh yeah.
Connor. Connor walks into the green room and he goes, whoa, big black guy. And I just had this moment where I go, yo, man, you got a problem with me being black? And he was like, no. I go, no, no, no. I think you do. He was like, no, I'm like, no, 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 Connor. Every time I see you, you got a comment to say about my race. It's never like, hey, how you doing? Or what's up, Reg? It's always something about my race. You got a problem. And then and the thing is for me is that
Get-
I rev up, I elevate, right? And if there's a point where if I don't catch myself, then I get into I don't give a fuck anymore. And then that's when I get into that next phase of like, I'll say and I'll do anything. And I dare you to like, and even now, even talking about it, it starts to happen. And so Connor, he was like, we had to have a moment where we talked about it. There's another moment with
Jacob Siroff,
Jacob
right? Ben and
Siroff.
Jerry's.
Jacob Siroff.
Listen to this
I was in
shit.
the green room. Jacob Siroff said some dumb shit about black people and apes. And
Oh,
I was
It
like,
was
wait,
the
what you
chunky
say?
monkey
And he
flavor.
was, no, 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 that was somebody else. He said something about black people and
Jesus.
apes. And I turned
Gee.
around and said, what'd you say? And
Wow.
he's like, oh no, I'm just joking. My friends and I, in the city, we joke that way. I go, well, I'm from Alabama. We don't joke like that. Right. And he was like, man, I'm just, and I said to him, I said, and I'm not gonna get all crazy because we got to end this. I said, Jacob, if you talk crazy about me in front of everyone, right, and I allow you to get away with this, Now everyone's gonna talk crazy to me. So what do I do, Jacob? How should I handle this? Right? I just go, because you put me in a position. You say some dumb shit to me or say some dumb shit around me. If I don't do nothing, I don't know, Jacob.
But
What
what
do
do
you
you
think I should do?
say?
He just apologized. He was like, man, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. My friends and I joke that way, and I got to understand that that's not the way everyone jokes. And I was like, and he like, no shit. That dude apologized to me for like 2 or 3 years. Every time he's like, man, I'm so sorry.
Good.
Right? I'm so sorry. And I was like, Jacob, I understand. I said, I know you, and I think you're a good
Yeah.
dude, right? And I like you. But you got to understand the position you put me in at that point. And like, because I was like straight up Marcella, like there was a part of me where I was ready to go through that dude's chest. Like I was like, I'm about to make an example of you in this green room, and I might get banned for a little while, but you'll never do no dumb shit like that again. Like it was, all right, this is a comedy podcast. But basically what I'm
All
saying
right.
is,
Thank you for
every
having me,
once in
Marcella.
you gotta check a motherfucker is what I'm saying. You
I
can't
know.
people just can't say, right? People can't just say and do whatever they want to do under the
Right.
guise of it, especially with comedy. Oh, I'm just joking. Really?
Yeah, I
Right.
mean, I've had those situations too, but it's different because I'm a woman, so it just kind of turns into like, again, she's a cunt, she's a this,
Right. She's
she's a
being a
that.
bitch.
Yeah. No, thank you so much for taking the time today. We really appreciate it. We know this has been a while trying to get you on, and to have you here today has been a pleasure and an honor. So, good luck to you out there. Continue to kill. Continue to be who you are and do what you do. We're rooting for you. You know, I'm a fan. I'm in for life, right? So, thank you for being here today. We really appreciate you.
Yeah,
Thanks,
you're
you
awesome.
guys.
Thank you,
Thank
Marcella.
you. Thank you.
Appreciate
We'll see you
you.
later.
All right,
All
have a
right.
good one.
You
Okay.
too. Thank you for having
Peace.
me. Peace out.
I'll see you, Marcella.
Okay. Bye bye.
There you go,
Okay.
Reg. Way to
See, man, you
go.
almost made me get angry. I was about to be
Man,
like,
you're
man,
hard
these
to control,
motherfuckers.
dude.
No, I had a situation at work recently where, oh, well, actually, we still recording, so I won't even get into that. Um, yeah,
No,
I was like,
man. And I feel it's good sometimes to talk those stories because people don't always, they're not going to see it from your perspective ever. You know what I mean? And like,
right,
you could try and be as open as you want, but until you hear more and more, then you really understand. And like, yeah,
right. Well,
that's what
and I
helped
said,
me learn.
right. Well, I want to say this too is that, and I don't know if you're going to keep this part. If you keep that part, if you cut it out, then you can cut this part out too. Um, Even though I said their names,
No,
Jacob
I'll
and
keep that in.
Connor.
Fuck them.
No, those are my
You're
guys, man.
cruel. I get
The
it. No, right.
Yeah, the point I want to make is, yeah, there was, we had those moments, right? But those moments didn't define,
Right.
our friendship, right? Like
Right.
it was a moment within the friendship, but it didn't define the friendship. But it was
Right.
definitely a moment that needed to be addressed, right?
Right.
And I think we made it through those moments, and those guys, I'm still cool with those guys, and I like those guys a lot. Like, they're good
Whenever you
people.
see
It's just that,
anyone after we've
yeah, we just
known
had
each
a
other for
moment.
20 years now, all these people, you know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
just seeing Marcel, it just makes you feel good, like old times and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, talking
yeah.
to Marcella, I mean, I felt like we were almost descending into like just like hanging out in the green room, having a
Right. Right.
conversation, right?
Right.
And so
Right.
it's kind of hard to kind of toe that line of like, oh, we're interviewing, but we also
Right.
know this
No,
person
but
and
it
we've
was
got a
good. I think it
history.
was cool.
Yeah,
Um,
I think it was too.
I
So
was
shout
saying
out to Marcella.
when you weren't on the thing and you were getting your light for the third time, that like you're more likable, so people like you. So it's way easier for you to book interviews. I'm like, people like Reggie, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll talk with Reggie, you know what I mean? So
That's funny.
yeah,
All
but
right, I
keep it
appreciate
up, Reg.
it.
Keep it up. Because the Mike Pace one people liked. Oh yeah, we got voted top 100 millionth podcasted. We'll
Yeah,
take it.
number
And
53.
yeah, I'll take it.
Shout out to
And
us.
hopefully
Yeah.
if we got any more new listeners. And Reggie, he's probably got some Oscar winners coming up to do interviews. So I really appreciate him hustling.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in today. We really appreciate you.
Sal, always ribbing that Sal. All right, buddy.
I know.
Wrap
So,
us up,
yeah,
man.
man. Well, thanks,
Good
man. I
job.
appreciate it. And I have other people on deck, and I love having these conversations with friends and colleagues, and I enjoy doing it with you. Right? I think we have a
All right,
good
man.
chemistry. I think we bounce off each other really well. So,
Yeah.
so to people out there who are listening, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Shout out to Marcella Arguello, nationally touring headliner, very funny woman. Please go out and check her out when you get a chance. Check out her special. She is authentic. She is real. She's an original. She's true to who she is.
And
And
she's
we
funny.
appreciate her. And she's funny. And we appreciate her for that. So, with that being said, if you enjoyed today's episode, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have a comment, please let us know. We love to hear what you think. Shout out to Million Podcasts. We appreciate you recognizing us. Number 53 out of the top 100. I'll take it. I'll take it. Like, let's go. So, with that being said, that's Sal Kalani. I'm Reggie Steele. And this is Spitballin'. Peace.